This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This your boy Black Magus, and Code is kicking my ass. God damn it! But wanted to do this video real quick. Another old gamers rant. This one is inspired by two things. One is inspired by an article that I saw on Yahoo News, where they talked about Angry Joe. Basically, he said that he's had it with Nintendo. Apparently, he did a Nintendo video. I forget what game it was, but we all know how Nintendo is when it comes to their content on YouTube. They are known to flag a lot of people's stuff, hit you with the copyright infringement, and basically collect the ad revenue on anything that you post with their properties on it. Nothing new, nothing, it is what it is. But Angry Joe ran afoul of this, and he went completely the fuck off, which is what Angry Joe does. That's his stick right there. He's the angry guy who yells and yells about stuff, and will even yell when he's positive about something, but mostly bury shit for the entertainment of people with his anger. Anyway, so he went on his rant. He's basically saying that he will never post another piece of content involving Nintendo ever again for doing that, and how wrong it was for them to do that, and blah blah blah. The usual argument that we all make on YouTube when it comes to being hit with a copyright strike for using a company's material. We're promoting it. This is good for them. This gives it exposure. Why wouldn't they want this? So what? We're not making as much money as they make. Blah 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 blah. That's the argument we make, and I'm not necessarily, I'm not completely poo-pooing the whole concept of YouTube videos being influential, but then again, I think I am, and I'll get to that in a second. I just wanted to mention that the second inspiration was one of my favorite YouTubers, Beasterdamus, did a video where he talked about how YouTubers aren't as influential in the game industry as they think they are, and it was a video that I was in total agreement with. And when I saw that, it brought to mind the Angry Joe thing and how funny it was to me, because while Angry Joe has a lot of viewers, he a lot of supporters and things like that, at the end of the day, him not using YouTube footage is not going to stop people from watching Nintendo stuff on YouTube, from people from making footage and stuff on YouTube, and from Nintendo from hitting people with copyright strikes to get the revenue from YouTube. It's going to continue. That's why Nintendo came up with that affiliation program. It's just going to continue. It's like everybody's going to get upset and they're going to say, I'm done with Nintendo and blah blah blah, and never see this on YouTube. Doesn't matter. And this is where the whole influence thing in my mind comes into play. Like Beasterdamus said, it's mostly about money, and that's the reality, and that's the thing that I've preached for a while now, is that until you take steps towards hurting these companies financially, which means not just doing a rant video about them, but not buying their products, not supporting it in that way financially. That's the thing that I think a lot of people don't seem to realize, and that's where YouTubers make themselves a joke to these companies, and that's where I say that we have no influence at all over these companies, because you're gonna complain, but then you're gonna go out and you're gonna buy their product. It's something I've said years ago that was said probably recently, but it still reigns true. The Call of Duty community is the biggest example. Everybody in the world complains about all these issues with Call of Duty, and every year, what game generally sells the most out of any title? You know, unless there's a Rockstar game out, 9 times out of 10, Call of Duty is going to sell the most copies of any game every year it comes out. That's the reality. And it's not because YouTubers are influencing people to buy it, because Call of Duty is the more popular thing. And again, the Call of Duty phenomenon counters YouTubers' thoughts of how influential they are, because the trend now is to complain about Call of Duty, yet still people go out and buy it. Yes, there is a certain segment of people who will watch our videos and take our advice, take our opinion. Some people use YouTube to vet games and things like that. But the reality is, the vast majority don't give a fuck about the T. Martins or, you know, the Total Biscuits or the Angry Joes of this world. Most gamers, for one, the majority of the gaming population is made up by people who a lot of us consider quote-unquote casuals, meaning people who aren't really hardcore into the medium. They're not sitting here making these videos. They're not going through and reading all these magazines, all these articles, you know, watching E3 and things like that. They're just people who walk into a store and see, yo, this game looks cool. They'll ask the cashier, how is it? The cashier will be like, yeah, it's cool. A lot of people play it. Oh, cool. Then give me Advanced Warfare. And they'll play that because they're not, you know, they don't care about that extra shit that a lot of us on YouTube do. You know, they aren't that passionate about it. They're just looking for some entertainment, and that's it. And that's the reality. It's like, and it goes with a lot of other things as well. It's like people complain about why movies like Fast and Furious make so much money. People just want a bit of entertainment. They're not looking for any Shakespearean, life-changing, emotionally moving experience or anything like that. They want to see a movie with cool people and cool cars and lots of action. That's it. You know what I mean? Most people who purchase games, they're in it for simpler reasons than all of us quote-unquote hardcore people who are on YouTube making all these videos. So yeah, I'm sorry, but at the end of the day, the numbers are going to always influence things more than anything. I think the last thing I want to say about this is that a lot of times, even when these YouTube commentators can be influential, or when people speaking out about things on YouTube can kind of make a change, I think that's mostly nullified by the fact that we're a bunch of drama queens on fucking YouTube and on the internet, period. The internet and the YouTube is full of a bunch of drama queens. People nowadays will bitch and moan about things to gain attention. And that's the thing. These companies aren't stupid. They know how popular it is to get on YouTube now and bash, again, Call of Duty. They see the metrics, they see the numbers, and that's what these companies look at. They look at numbers, they see it, and they realize, yo, this dude's getting paid off of this. And there's 100 or thousands of other people doing the same thing to get paid off of it. Should we really take their opinion serious? Yeah, they're bitching and bitching and bitching, but they're making money for this. So they could be just doing this drama just to generate money. You know, companies will think about that. And again, when you counter that with the fact that Call of Duty is $1 billion a year franchise, this guy making a couple of $100 off of YouTube, whatever, let him do it. Say what you want, because we got $1 billion in the bank that says otherwise. So who the fuck cares? So I think YouTubers need to really stop thinking that we influence our community, definitely. But do we influence the whole of gaming community? Not so much. It's only a small segment that are going to listen. But the ultimate, you know, the overall, you know, numbers show us that we're not as, you know, influential as we think. So chill back with that thought and thinking that your rant video is going to be the catalyst as to why something gets fixed and changed. It's funny too, because I'm sorry I'm letting this go on a little long, but the third point that I wanted to make that I almost forgot is that you see a lot of these companies send YouTubers or pay for YouTubers to come out to their facilities, play games and stuff like that, and to give their opinions. Like 2K is extremely famous for this. There's a lot of sizable YouTubers like Shakedown, iPod King Carter, what have you, who go out there on a yearly basis and give feedback and stuff like that. Yeah, they sit and they listen, and they may hear an idea or two that they might like. Ultimately, though, what they're doing at 2K is that they're bringing these guys out, they're showing them a good time, and they're building goodwill with the gaming community. Because even if these guys are there seriously trying to, give advice, trying to find out the things, find out quality information to give us as feedback, it's still a win-win for 2K, even if they come back and say, you know what, this game is completely trash and blah, 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 because there's still going to be enough people who are going to see this as, maybe I can get a chance to fly out there and benefit from it and look good. Because there's always going to be someone in the group who's going to be overwhelmed by what they're given, that they're just going to appreciate damn near anything that they get to see. They're just happy that they get that opportunity. So yeah, they're building credit. They're giving people hope that they can go to stuff like that. And, it's just a PR move. It's a total PR move. It makes it look like they care, makes it look like they really want our feedback, but ultimately, they don't give a fuck like that, because again, numbers show NBA 2K will sell well every year. So whatever, YouTube, you're not as influential as you think. But alright, I'm done now. Alright, as always, hit me up, let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Black Makers, and I'm out. Deuces.